Alright, so how was I able to bring a brand new Shopify store from $0, absolutely nothing, to over $10,000 within its very first week? We actually passed $10,000 on day 6. So that's gonna be this video. Let's talk about it. This video is all about how I brought a store from nothing to $10,000 in 6 days, how you can too, product research, sourcing, store creation, advertising, order fulfillment, customer service, all that. I'm going to go over absolutely everything in this video. So to make it easier, I'm gonna break it up into 4 different parts. So part number 1 is going to be product research and product sourcing. They kind of go hand in hand. Part number 2 is going to be actual Shopify store creation. How do I make my Shopify stores? Part number 3 is going to be actually marketing. How do I advertise my products with platforms, blah, 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 yada, yada. That'll be part 3. And part 4 will be order fulfillment, customer service, and just keeping everything running smoothly. All right, so before we start this video, you guys know that I give away 1 free consulting call every single video. So today's consulting call winner is John Michael. John, you commented ecom. I would love to see a video about product research and how you can make a Shopify store. Well, I mean, I guess this is kind of gonna be that video. So all you have to do is just message me on Instagram. My Instagram is right here. Give me your phone number and a time you want to set up a call. We'll talk about whatever you want. It's a free consulting call. My goal is to help you. So that's pretty much it. Congratulations. If you guys want to win a free consulting call, all you have to do is 1, be subscribed, 2, like this video, and 3, comment ecom along with the video you want to see me make in the future. And it's literally that simple. You can get a free call with me. We can work on whatever you want to work on, and it'll be great. Now that we covered that, let's get into the video. So part number 1, product research and product sourcing. Now these go hand in hand together. When I do product research, I want to make sure that I can source that product through my sourcing agency. You know, 99% of products I can source through my sourcing agency at the Dropship Agent. If you guys aren't aware, I have a sourcing agency with 2 of my buddies, and it's absolutely amazing because now that I'm using my sourcing agency to fulfill my orders, I get 7 to 10 day worldwide shipping. Sometimes it's actually faster in the US. I can get up to 6 days, 5 days. But usually 7 to 10 days worldwide, unique tracking numbers, bulk order fulfillment. It saves me a ton of money on cost of goods alone. I can get custom packaging, which is a huge thing. I can get custom packaging with custom branding on my product. You know, I can white label it. And that one alone really helps out with just branding and everything and getting your store set for Q4. I mean, if you can brand your products correctly, get fast shipping, unique tracking, and if you can get all those things and you're really setting yourself up for success, it's not a smart idea to source your products off AliExpress anymore. And if you are sourcing products off AliExpress, you can get into a lot of trouble, especially with Facebook ads. Now, there's no real right or wrong answer to this. Doing product research really could be however you want to do your product research. Some people like to go on Facebook and scroll through Facebook feed and see ads that they like, and they'll assess that ad, see if the ad's engagement's good, and if the engagement's good, then they'll look it up. All right, so I'm scrolling through my Facebook feed and I've come across this one ad right here, DIY toolkit. Seems like it's a pretty profitable ad, although it's fairly new. Only 20 comments, 112 shares. I wouldn't test this normally, and we're going to use this one product as an example. So usually I look for a lot more engagement. This only has 431 likes, 20 comments, and 112 shares. Let's see if the comments are good. So looking at these comments, I probably wouldn't test this product myself, but we're going to use this as an example. Don't go out there, don't test this product. Unless you want to. I mean, you can do whatever you want. But we're going to use this just as an example of what I would do when I found a product. And I wanted to go confirm to see if it was a winning product. So obviously it was a winning product. You see a lot more engagement. You see, 10,000 likes, 1,000 comments, 100,000 shares, whatever it is, there'd be a lot more engagement. And the engagement would be pretty good engagement. There'd be good comments. You could read through the engagement, and there wouldn't be any negative comments. There wouldn't be any negative feedback, nothing like that. You want good feedback. So this had good feedback, good comments, good engagement. I'd go over here, and this is basically a wood shaping kit. So look how they're selling it on their site. All right, so they've got a lot of cool gifts in the images or in the descriptions, and it's a very simple site. All right, so after I found the product, I would go over to AliExpress, find that one product on AliExpress. So let me go over to AliExpress. We're looking at AliExpress, we find out that we can get this product for $16. Now you could sell this for around $39.99. They are selling it, let's see how much they're selling it for on this website right here. They're selling it for $54.95 actually. Okay, so they're selling it for a lot more than I thought. So you could get away with selling this for $39.99 or $39.95 or $39.98, $39.97, and see how well that works. I would start lower and then work my way up. If it works very well at a lower price, then it's probably going to work, maybe not as well, but it's still going to work if you raise the price just a little bit. But it's much better than testing your product off at a higher price and then lowering it if it doesn't work. So I'd start off maybe at $39.95, giving me around a $24 profit margin. So we can spend up to $24 on Facebook ads to get a sale, and we'd be break even. we'd be profitable until we spent the $24, then we'd be break even. So now we've come up with we've got a product, we've got our price point, and we know that now I can source this product if it's starting to work with my sourcing agency in the future. So we've got that pretty much figured out. That is step one. We've done our product research and we have found a product. All right, so Google Trends, we can just go into Google Trends and let's just say I have a certain product that's doing super well. Like for example, right here, Easter, obviously this, you can see if the trend is going to start to increase. So I can go over here, type in, just do winter gloves maybe. And we'll see how that works. So there we go, perfect. Nothing during the summertime, and then during fall, early winter, it starts to pick up. Boom, right here, November, and it's super, super popular. So that's when you know if you're selling winter gloves, if you wanted to go find some winter gloves to sell, and it was early October, just about right now, it'd be a cool time to get into that. And that product would be a little bit more promising because you know that demand is going to pick up dramatically over the next month or so. So that's what I look for. I look for trends that I can kind of catch on that are still just going up. Like right here, if you want to start selling winter stuff, perfect. So that's just another really good way of confirming that the product is moving. Now another way you can do that is with AliExpress Dropshipping Center. You can see the product analysis. Just type in the product link, put it into Dropship Center. I've made a previous video about this, so I don't really need to go over that. But it's a great way to just make sure your AliExpress product is being sold currently and it's moving currently. So once we got that figured out, now we move on to step number 2, which is creating a website. Now this is where a lot of people fall off. They think it's super, super difficult to create a Shopify site. It's gonna cost a lot of money and it's not gonna be worth it. It's definitely not, it's not true, okay? So I say this in every single video, but you do not need to have a premium theme to make a nice Shopify store. You do not need to have a premium theme. You can literally use all of the very free basic themes that Shopify gives you when you're getting started and you will do just fine. Trust me. I used the debut theme for the first 6 months of Shopify and I didn't switch themes until I passed around $250,000 in sales. And I didn't need to. I just thought it was a cool thing to switch the site up. Like I could have been completely fine with not changing the site up and I would have been okay. Now making a Shopify store, I have a whole video on how I make Shopify stores. It's in my program. It's not rocket science creating a Shopify store. You can do it. It's not extremely difficult. For example, this is the store I showed you in the beginning of this video. This is a store I created about 7 days ago. This is day 7 right now. We're about $3,300 in sales with a little under $300 ad spend. Boom, you can see $331 ad spend, $3,300 in sales. So this, you can see right here, the store, first day we did $159, $509, $1,000, $1,600, $2,500, and this is actually where Facebook, right now, Facebook has paused my account. It's still spending, but I can't edit the ad sets. It's just a Facebook scaling error. You know, Facebook just flags your account sometimes when you're scaling, and that's just something you have to deal with. It's just part of Facebook being Facebook. Anyways, with the same budget, on the 14th and the 15th, we almost did, you know, we did almost $2,000 more in sales with the exact same budget. So I'm not really complaining right now. We're doing just fine. Right now it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We're probably going to do like $3,700, $3,800 today, but it's super profitable. We're running around 40% margins total with all these stores, and we're going to scale and hold 40% margins. Now for everyone who's wondering what kind of niche it's in, if it's a one product store, if it's a general store, if it's a, obviously I can't tell you guys my secrets unless you're in the program, then you can see all my secrets you want. But this is a niche store and it is in the electronic niche, and I will tell you this, this baby just came out. That's my only hint. That's all you get. I made this store at 1 o'clock in the morning, right before I went to bed. I saw a cool product on Facebook and I thought it would do well. Tested it out. 7 days later, I passed $10,000 in sales. Right now, I prefer niche stores. Niche stores are doing very, very well for me. I really like niche stores because you can really get niche stores going just like that, as you guys can see right here. If you're struggling with a domain, your Shopify business name generator, I'll link it down in the description. It's amazing for people who are struggling with finding what name they want to basically name their business. And there are a ton of videos out there, myself included, of people teaching you how to basically build the Shopify store. There's so many tutorials out there to help you create a good Shopify store. Now you just have to go out there and Google it. So creating a Shopify store is step number 2. Step number 3 is actually advertising, which is the hard part. Advertising is the hard part. You can find a product, you can make a store, you can get it going, but actually getting the product moving, getting it sold, or selling the product, making money, and being profitable is the hard part. So how do I start with my Shopify stores? I usually always start with Facebook ads. I used to go straight to Instagram influencers before I moved to Facebook. I don't do that anymore because Facebook is just working very well for me. I have a strategy that's working extremely well. If you want to know that strategy, I'm not going to tell you, it's in my program. Everybody in that program knows exactly what strategy it is, but it's working very, very well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to target e-packet countries, and I'm going to do just a couple different interests, and I'm going to be very, very broad and very general. You know, same thing actually. I think it's the same thing. but I'm going to be very general with my interests. If the audience size is 20 million, it doesn't matter. I still use the audience. I've used audience sizes with like 80 to 100 million, and it's worked very, very well. Facebook likes broader audiences. If you give Facebook an audience size of like 100,000, your CPM is going to be insanely high, your cost of purchase is going to be insanely high, your cost per click is going to be insanely high, and you're not going to get the results you want because you're not giving Facebook the amount of people it needs to optimize and to find people who are actually going to go and buy your product. Facebook is smart, okay? Facebook is really smart. Facebook knows a lot about everyone. Facebook probably knows more about you than you know about you. And that's scary, but it's also really cool when you want to sell products. If I want to sell some glasses, some sunglasses, I'm literally going to target people who are interested in sunglasses, no matter how big the audience is. And then I'm going to target people who are interested in glasses because they will be interested in that product. And if they're not, then I'm gonna move on. Think about scaling too. You can't scale an audience with 100,000 people because you're going to exhaust that audience within 2 to 3 days. You can scale an audience with 10 million and you can keep raising the budget and keep being profitable because Facebook knows exactly who's going to buy it. So that's step number 3, move to Facebook ads. I've got a video about that as well. If you're interested, you can click the link down below, or you can check out one of the previous videos I've made on my channel about Facebook ads, how I target, my strategies, all that. I have mentioned that and made videos about that in the past on my YouTube channel. So that is step number 3, Facebook ads. If that's working, if you're profitable, awesome, hell yeah. You need to make sure your orders are fulfilled. You need to make sure your customers are happy. And you need to make sure that you're doing everything correctly, basically. So this is when I use my sourcing agency. Now this is when it's super, super important and super viable because of the shipping time, because of the branding, because of the unique tracking, and because of everything else Dropship Agent can do for you. It really, really helps you out and gives you an edge over everyone else out there. And if you guys are interested in using Dropship Agent, the website is dropshipagent.co. We have a very quick form you fill out at the bottom of the page. Just tell us your AliExpress product, how many units a day you're moving, and to what countries, and we will respond to you within 24 to 48 hours and get you proper quotes on whatever product you want to sell. It's that fast and that simple. I really want to go out there and find products that have a wow factor. Like this for example, was a gold-plated rose I sold last year. I don't really sell this much anymore, but I sold a shit ton of these alone. I was selling them for $34.95, buying them for like $8. And it sold like crazy because I could really get people to envision themselves buying this product for their loved one or just using this product for some kind of reason. All right, and last but not least, part 4. I'm gonna hold the camera for this because why not, you know? Now while editing this, a couple of video files got actually corrupted, so I'm just gonna quickly recap the footage that I lost. It wasn't very much. So basically I was talking about how important customer service is. You need to be on top of your customer service. That needs to be #1 priority. Your customers need to be satisfied. If you have unhappy customers, that's just going to hurt your business. It's gonna hurt your Facebook advertising score. A lot of you guys don't know this, but you actually have a Facebook advertising score as part of your business manager. And if your score falls below a 1, then you actually get penalized and you get restricted a little bit. And it starts costing more for your ads to be shown on Facebook because Facebook deems that ad as an unhappy viewer experience, so it wants to show less of that obviously to their user base. So if these lights are too much, just let me know in the comments and I will switch that up. If you don't want to respond to the emails yourself, if you're getting too many emails and you just do not like customer support, I know I certainly did not mind responding to emails at first, but it just got really tedious. I guess the more sales I got and the more customers I got, the more emails I was receiving, and I just needed to find someone to actually do that for me. So what you could do is you could go to websites like Upwork, you go to websites like Fiverr, and you could literally list your services. Say, hey, I'm an e-commerce store owner. I'm looking for someone, a virtual assistant is what they're called. I'm looking for a virtual assistant to be my customer support. And that includes, it includes X, Y, Z. You can write down what exactly you want in the job details, and then people will go ahead and actually apply to work for you, and you just pick the very best one. And I pay my VA around $7 an hour. It's pretty good. He's in the Philippines. I started paying him around $5 an hour. Now when it comes to order fulfillment, he also does my order fulfillment, or he did before I actually started sourcing through my sourcing agency. When I was using Overload to fulfill my orders, I was actually having him fulfill my orders on AliExpress through Overload. And to do that, I didn't need to give him my credit card or anything like that. I literally just put my card into AliExpress. There's a thing called Alipay. You just make an Alipay account, and what it is basically is it's just a way that you can automatically connect your credit card or whatever card, your debit card, to your AliExpress account. So when you're checking out, you don't have to put in your credit card details every single time, and it basically just automatically saves it for you. It makes things a lot easier. Your VA now doesn't need to have your credit card details, and he can just fulfill your orders without asking any questions. Now I did that for a long, long time. Now, like I said, I use my sourcing agency, and I can just automatically export my orders and fulfill them in bulk, and it's so much easier. But when you're just getting started out, AliExpress, and using a VA to fulfill your orders if you don't want to do it yourself. If you do want to do it yourself, then that's fine, but just make sure you stay on top of your orders, you don't go behind, and if people are emailing you, you get back to their emails fairly quickly, and you make sure that they are not upset. I mean, that's pretty much it. It's not super hard. It's just, it can be a lot of work sometimes, and it can be tedious sometimes, but that's just part of running a business. Oh man, these colors are crazy. These lights are actually, it looks a lot more powerful in the video than it is in the room. It's actually kind of dark in here, but man, like when it goes red, it just seems like absolutely everything in the room is red. Also, James Bond, when the room gets red and black, turns invisible. Watch this 1 sec. He's red. Invisible. Invisible. Yeah, it's sick. It's like color shifting art, basically. I got my phone on vibrate, but I shouldn't because we're getting some sales right now. Anyways, in the end, it really all comes down to product research, testing, not being emotional with your products, not being attached to your products or your store. If it's something's not working and you're spending money on it, stop spending money on it. If a Facebook ad set is not working, it's not profitable, don't hope and dream for it to be profitable and keep spending money. It's not going to happen. If it's not profitable, it's not profitable. Kill it. Don't let Facebook take any more money from you that Facebook already has. If you guys have any video recommendations, I'd love to hear them. If you have anything you want me to make in the future, I would love to hear it. This channel is all about you guys. I want to help you out. BairdShortWig.com is the actual website. You can see that. It's one of the first links in the description. But that pretty much sums it up for today's video. Thank you once again for watching. Like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out. Now for scaling, I cover all of that in my program. I can't really give you my in-depth scaling strategies because I would just be giving away all of my secrets. But I will say this, duplicating ad sets at a higher budget works a lot better than raising the budget of one single ad set for me. If an ad set is targeting Facebook and Instagram feeds, but I get 5 sales only on Facebook, I'm gonna duplicate that ad set, increase the budget, and only target Facebook feeds basically, because that's what the ad set is saying is working the best. So that's what I do to scale and to optimize my ad sets to be more profitable basically. So I hope that helps.